Morning.
It's Sunday. Were you wondering what day it is?
I'm a little lost, but it's
It
been
is.
so long since I've been down here. I'm not sure where we are.
We're a little giggly. So yesterday we went on a hike. We kind of led a hike with our friends. And we drove all the way down to do this 92-mile long trail. We were going to do 8 miles of it.
We're going to do 6, which turned to 8, which ended up being about
9.
10, 11.
No. Don't give it. Don't give it fuel for the fire. So what happened was, it would seem some property owners don't want their right of way in place anymore. And yeah, so we did a lot of road walking, and then there was a drunk guy that took some of our people around, and it just became this big thing, and we're exhausted and we're getting a really late started. We are Gordon and Carissa. Our friends and family say we take on some crazy projects. Maybe. With the kids grown, graduated, and half married off, it's just us, my mom, and our cat Wilbert. With extra time, we started photo and video documenting. We hope you enjoy our projects as much as we do.
But we've been so long that we don't remember what we have done and what we haven't.
Yeah.
Good thing is, do you remember?
We have a list.
We have a list. Yeah, we're actually just going to do
Done.
the one wire for all 3 right now.
Okay.
So that's done.
The washing machine
One wire for washer. Which washer?
in our upstairs pantry.
Oh yeah, I think I have that. I don't think we're doing that. I think that's taken care of, and the fridge is taken care of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hot tub ?
Yeah. Well, no, we're not doing that now.
Yep. All right. Run PEX line for garage blower heater
We're working on this one, installing the PEX for the living room radiant heat, because we already put those plates.
and foam steel along the foundation wall,
Yeah, I guess we have to do that
and then
too.
insulate the ceiling.
Yeah, insulate the ceiling. Oh, we're gonna split some of the heat zones too before we sheetrock. Yeah. So we got a few things still to do.
So the last time we were in the garage working on the insulation in the ceiling, we ended up in a conversation about the garage door, which will be going right there. And we want to get the maximum height as possible. The design we have isn't going to work. The way that the track runs, we would need 12 inches and then another 3 inches off the ceiling joist, which brings us down, like, the 3 inches is for the garage door opener, and that brings us down 15 inches. But no, we're not going to do that. Gordon found some super secret way to make this happen. He's the engineer. He'll figure it out. But in the meantime, because now instead of using furring strips on the joist, we're going to just go with 5/8 sheetrock. Now we have to raise these boxes because we were expecting to need to come down for the sheetrock. So we will spend the next few minutes raising all these boxes. And Gordon is still looking for his tape measure.
It's been over a month. I don't know where anything is.
Well,
We'll find it. It's probably out in the truck or the car.
I can't find the screw. A picture, honey, a picture. How's this work? Oh, I got slag in my eyes. So painful. Oh,
Okay, it works like this.
where's the hammer?
You see the little notches in the bottom here?
Mm.
You line up the notch with the bottom of the joist, and then you just kind of tip it so those notches line up with the bottom of the joist.
So these notches.
Yeah, are the depth notches.
So these notches
Hey.
with the bottom of the joist.
Yeah, and then you'll just...
Like that?
No, they're not lined up with the bottom of the joist.
Like
there
that.
you go, yeah. And then you'll tack it and make sure both of them are equal or the box will be crooked. But you want the hammer?
Probably.
Let me go get the hammer.
Crap in my eye. I don't think it's actually holding. It's moving around.
Feel solid?
Yeah.
Okay, like that.
I think I should hang on it, but
No.
So after a little bit of deliberation, this particular junction box, which was designed for future need of wires being pulled up here, would take you to the upstairs panel for the main floor electric panel, and then this one would take you to the garage electric panel, and then this comes in from the in-law apartment. So we want to get it, you know, to fit with the sheetrock, because we're just going the 5/8 onto this joist. So Gordon has decided he's going to build an extension.
I couldn't find an extension box for the size junction box I put up there. So I am taking another junction box and just modifying it, that's the word we'll use, modifying it to become an extension box. Now, I'd originally planned to have both furring strips and sheetrock, and I could move everything and try and raise it up, but after looking at it, I said, you know something, it's utility room, I'm gonna let this junction box stick down into the ceiling, out of the ceiling a little bit, so this will stick down maybe an inch out of the ceiling when we're done, but it'll save me hours of work rather than redoing it all for something that is in a garage ceiling. I gotta do some cutting now. You okay? I'm not sure those are all going to line up, but we'll find out. This one seems like it needs to go more like this. I'm just going to enlarge these holes a little bit because they aren't lining up perfectly. I don't expect them to line up perfectly, but give myself a little bit more wiggle room.
So Gordon was just going through the electric plan he has and was reminded that we've lived here 4 years and we have absolutely no idea what this does.
It was like that when we got here.
Yep.
No cover.
No cover. It was next to this, what we use as a closet.
But this is better. It's live.
It's live. We have no idea where it goes. None. When we turn the panel on, does it stay off? Does it stay live?
No, I found what circuit's on.
Oh, okay.
It's the only thing on the circuit.
Circuit number 4?
We're going to shut number 4 off. Nothing. I can't find anything else that goes off.
We don't know what goes to. So we're wrapping up, ready to start stapling wires in the bays so we can insulate those bays. And we still just don't know where circuit number 4 was for.
Number 4 was 4. I like that.
Okay, we're going to put the radiant heat in now. Getting up into the bays, some of the screws from the wood floor and plywood upstairs are poking through. We'll cut them or knock them down, and then Gordon will show me how we're going to put these plates in.
It's 1 3/4 to the center of the pipe, which means 1 3/4 from 3 1/4 is what, 1.5 inches?
Yes.
So the edge of the plate we want to be 1.5 inches approximately off the edge of the joist. Now let's see if the pipe nicely curves in that radius. At about 8 inches apart. It should be about there and there. I know they're not running perfectly parallel, but let's see if we get a nice curve there off the end of one of these. That might be a little bit harsh for us. Because I don't have any paperwork with these to know.
So every bay gets 2 plates. You said the pipe goes out and back.
It goes down and back.
Down and back, sorry. So
out and
at
back.
the outside wall, we need to be able to loop it back.
Yeah, we have to leave enough room to put a loop in.
I see this being a fight today. So how do they do it if they have less than 16 on center? They just make it work?
Well, that's why I'm looking to see how tight we can make the loop. Okay, you might need to give me a hand. Push that apart like that, and that apart like that. Okay, measure the spacing between those pipes. Center to center.
I don't know where the center is. Is that center?
So that's actually wider. I was thinking of trying to be down to 8 inches. And it might be why they went with a somewhat narrower pipe, is to make life easier. Yeah.
Wow, this is going to be a fight.
Well, when they're screwed in,
Is that it? 8 inches?
Yeah, those are about 8. So it does make the radius. It's not kinking the pipe on the end.
All right.
And it looks like, how far from the end should it be?
7.
I think we'd be about 8 inches.
Okay.
But we don't need the pipe to go closer than, so the pipe's going to loop at 6 from the ends, right? And we don't need the pipe to be closer than a few inches to the edge of the house. So I'll figure out that. I think it's going to be closer than 4 inches. So 6 plus 4, 10. So the plates, we can just keep them 10 inches from the end of the house.
I have a crazy thought. Should we be putting like rock wool at the end of the bay?
Well,
On
I've
the
talked
outside.
about spray foaming all the ends of those bays with that foam.
Yeah.
That would be much more energy efficient. So at least 10 inches from the end of the bay, if we went.
Will that give you enough room to do the spray foam?
In fact, 10 inches really only needs to be from the 2x6 wall. So we can probably be at least 12 inches because these are only 1.5 inches on the outside. Unless they did a double, then it's 4.5, or then it's 3. And the The walls are are
6.
6 by 6
But that's
logs.
But is the log there, or is that a
The log
2
sits
by?
right. The log sits right on top of the plywood.
Okay.
I could run a piece and it could come this way. I could come through here. I could get into this one. And I could come through here. I could get into this one. And then I could come down and I could come up here in this one. This one's with narrow base, so probably only one. And then it would be come across and be down and back. I'll just kind of do a loop to make it easy. Down and back, down and back, down and back, down and back. And then come over this way, down and back, but that dead ends me with nowhere to go.
Okay, so this is going to take a little planning. So what we've come to is that we have 2 by 12 joists on the foundation wall. Yes. And we're going to stay 12 inches off of the outside of the house, and we're going to plan to go and probably do some sort of a spray foam or spray insulation. So no more chatting. We gotta engineer the plan here.
Four and a half. All the way down. All the way down. Then it's going to come into here. It's going to go here. Then it'll come over here into this little one. And it'll come into here and go down and around, down and around, down and around, down and around. We're going to actually kind of come back into this side of this one, down and around, down and around, down, and it'll just run this as a line all the way back. And that does half of the room up there. The living room half, not the dining room kitchen half.
6, 9, 18, 26, 30. Carry 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. So then 6, 9. Yeah, 400, and then the half. So 497.
Okay, 497. That doesn't break nicely at all into 300.
But don't you need like extra? And did you run the line that goes all the way back that way?
No, I haven't added that piece.
Well, what's that piece? Maybe it'll bring it up even nicely. You want to run that number?
Yeah, well, to get back to the end from this end, okay, so you can, on this end.
After much deliberation on the heat map, I'm going to call it a heat map. That's what it is. It's a heat map.
We won't call it a layout plan for the pipes.
No.
We'll call it a heat
It's a heat map because Gordon was just explaining to me that these are all bays. So these are joists. And then this is the wall upstairs. Or is that the wall?
No, this is the garage space.
Right.
And this is above the garage. So there was an old set of stairs we got rid of, so we had bays running different ways. And we're trying to run the pipes through all that. And we have 300-foot sections of pipe. So I'm trying to make sure that we divide this up so that each run has about the same number of feet of heat plates to the floor. Because as the water goes through the heat plates, it's going to get cooler, and you want your floor to be fairly uniform temperature. So we're going to have to split our line in here because the 300 feet somewhere. And I was saying, well, if we fed this line, you know, and the hot water came here, we had the hot water here, it would get to the end here, and then if we fed the next set here, it'd have the hotter water. Would this be hotter than this section enough to notice, or would it still be close enough? I've never done radiant floor heat, so this is all a unknown territory for me. And being as frugal as I am, I'm just going for it. We're going to see if it works, and if it doesn't, well, we'll take it from there.
There's going to be waste, and he's going to be trying to find stuff to use those pieces for.
I know, I'm like trying to get it to the exact foot, like where can I put the manifold? Because the amount of space we have, if we can get it just right, we could do it with 4 300-foot sections, but right now I think I'm about 2 bays short, which is really frustrating because that means I'll have one section that'll be like, 100 foot. And that will really be unbalanced, but hey, we'll see what we can do.
All right, we're gonna start drilling holes now.
Yeah, we gotta drill holes, lots of holes.
Yeah.
Right down. I want to see how much I can put on my shirt.
I'll
Sawdust.
get you. This is the screw that's going to get used for the radiant floor heat plates. But my driver didn't have a notch. So Gordon's going to give me one.
That disc is not hard enough for what we want to do.
Okay, try number 3. Okay, so
Is it hot?
wanting a little bit. So wanted to use a hex socket driver.
A nut driver.
Nut driver. Didn't have the little catch notch that other drivers had. So he...
Now that won't fall out on us because last time it kept falling out on us.
Yeah, so now I don't have to fight with this screwdriver head. I can just stick it in the end.
Well, we still have a magnet, so you still have to hold the nuts in, but at least the nut driver won't fall out.
You're awesome.
There you go.
Because I have a whole bunch of screws to fit in those plates.
Hey, are you going to screw those up?
I'm going to screw them up. And you said to do it.
All my life I've been building it up, trying to get where I belong. Punch that clock, I gotta dig this ditch until I found another song. I've been trying